Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Jack Smith's efforts to protect jurors in the upcoming trial before Judge Chutkan involving the January 6th insurrection from having abuse, badgering at the hands of Donald Trump. All right, we start with a very high profile trial, and so a panoply of potential measures that a judge could take this is the sort of thing that comes up when at mob trials where you're really worried that jurors will be harassed or worse by nefarious defendants. Well, guess what? We have a mob boss, but he used to be president of the United States. But judges have within their discretion anything from complete anonymity for jurors who enter one way, are behind a screen so nobody can even see them, enter the other, and the like, to a normal criminal trial where everything's in the open. You know who they are. You're present at their questioning when they talk about their, clubs and habits and neighborhoods. And by the way, in big trials, just a part of the practice is you're sitting there as a lawyer listening to the things they say and then immediately go out. They've given you enough information to get all kinds of additional information. You can probably figure out their address. You can drive by. This really happens, and it's legitimate, but maybe surprising or shocking. You drive by somebody, an investigator goes out, drives by their house. Here's what the neighborhood looks like. Here's what's on the bulletin board at the end of the block. Is it, hippy dippy demonstrations at the co-op? Is it, American flags galore? You find out everything you can. That these stakes are so high, and a lot of big trial lawyers think that a trial is won or lost at this stage. Okay, so this is a big case, and much more importantly, and this is the basis for the motion filed by the special counsel yesterday, Trump has an abysmal track record of abuse. And they invoke, in fact, the social media message that he posted about the judge's clerk just last week in the New York fraud trial. That figures in. It's an interesting thing. We start to have this cross-pollination based on conduct in different venues by Trump. And here's one where in the federal court for D.C., special counsel Jack Smith says, look what he just did last week in New York, not to mention all these other things they've done. So they're raising specific procedures and limitations, but not full limitations, because there is on the other side both a potential media right to know about stuff and maybe defendants' rights as well. You want to restrict it, but no more than is necessary. So here's what Jack Smith wants to do. Yeah, you can have the parties can know the names of the prospective jurors and all the information. So not going nearly as far as Judge Kaplan has gone in the fraud trial. So that part will be basically normal if the U.S. gets its way. And here's where we are now. The U.S. has asked for these. You'll see they've already said, because you have to when you file a motion, Trump opposes, so they'll come in and see what Trump wants to counter it with. But they'll have the information, but no connecting or communication in any way with prospective jurors. That means no friending of them, say on Facebook, no attempt to really have personal kinds of communication or ferreting out of information or anything that communicates with them at all. They just have to be arm's length, take the information they're given, and do no more with it. The media, I think, would have even less. They wouldn't even have all this information. But so the big idea, sort of compromise point is let the parties, including Trump, including with his terrible record, know who these people are, but can't communicate with them in any way, especially with any kind of social media tricks including through proxies or the like. And then the media, I think, wouldn't know. There's some talk of would they go through a special door so you can't, and they don't have to encounter people in the halls, and people in the press can't see them coming in and out. But the big point is to try to say, let Trump have from arm's length, let him ferret out information or gathered, but no attempt in any way to connect. And it'll be very interesting to see what, in response, Trump tries to say about why somehow to mount an effective defense, it's going to be essential for them to be able to, friend them on Facebook or otherwise connect. It strikes me that it's going to be a hard argument for them to make, and 10 times harder because he has this record of abuse. And it's not, the process could be completely corrupted by one untoward communication with a juror, which he's just the guy to do, even if what it means is a mistrial, because then you have to start again. What a great opportunity for delay. So let's see how Judge Chutkan handles the jurors coming up. She's no stranger, and nobody on that court is, to high-profile trials. She will have to contend with motions from media companies saying that you're restricting us too much. But the basic idea of no communication in any way, third hand, friending, whatever, joining groups they're part of on social media will be permitted. That's the line the U.S. has asked her to draw, and I think probably the line that she will draw. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.